We're looking at a very famous verse in Isaiah 44:24, well known. I would have thought a self-evident, explicit statement about who was there at the creation. It says in Isaiah 44:24 that God stretched forth the heavens and earth by myself. No one was with me. It's in the form of a question. Who was with me? Answer, rhetorical question. No one. I was alone. If that's not clear, nothing is clear. The problem is that some have adopted a strange new technique of language by which ordinary words cease to have their meanings, at which point the communication barrier between you and the Bible is enormous. The problem is rather the problem we found in John 10, where many believed that Jesus was the Messiah, but they weren't going to say so because they would have gotten kicked out of the synagogue. This is the human tendency. There's a lot at stake in disagreeing with the system. Happily, in this marvelous land of free speech, we can get away with saying a lot, and the information age is greatly to our advantage. But if that text in Isaiah 44:24 is not clear, nothing is clear. Your children understand it, but because some other idea has entered your head from the system, it becomes almost impossible for you to process those very easy words. There was no son with the Father at creation. God was alone, by myself, all alone, sole, unaccompanied. If that's not clear, nothing is clear. So my warning and suggestion to you as a professor of Bible, for what it's worth, for much of my career, is that you learn to believe the text as it stands. You can worry about contrary information later, but don't shut your eyes to an easy statement like that, because that could be judged by God and Jesus as unbelief, and that's dangerous. You're to believe every word of Scripture. All Scripture is given by inspiration of God. It's there for you to learn from. And so meditate. Don't put that verse away, but allow that verse to be on your refrigerator and think about it day after day after day with fervent prayers. What does this actually mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. There was no pre-existing, pre-human Son of God. That's rather large, because that's exactly what Matthew and Luke said too. And in fact, also what John said, if you read him, first getting rid of your presuppositions that are making it very hard for you to understand the Scripture as originally written.